What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Ask UDJ. We are back. I wasn't sure if you're gonna like the Ask UDJ or not, but apparently everybody loved it. A lot of you commented, a lot of you liked it. Also, a lot of you emailed me lots of good questions and also DM me on Instagram. So thank you so much for all the love and support. That's what make me do this video. I know a lot of you wanted me to make video on spring semester, the one I did for fall, just similar on spring semester. I was almost going to make that video, but I decided to look at this question instead, which was sent by Karthike. So I'll read those questions. Very important question, and I felt like it's more important right now to answer those. And the next video will definitely make on spring semester. Okay, let's get started. Before we get started, like I mentioned in the last video, I'm going to try to answer all the questions under 4 minutes, so it's very specific. So let's put the timer right here. Thank you, Karthik, for sending these detailed questions. Very important. These are all the questions related to healthcare in United States as a student. Number one question is, what should I do if I fell ill with a common cold or a stomach pain? Should I treat it myself? Should I go to any hospital? When do we claim insurance? Does the university provide facilities for such general illnesses? Good question. What should you do if you have common or cold? Let's answer the first question. Does university have such facilities to treat your general illnesses? Yes, absolutely. Most likely 99.99% each university is going to have their health like a mini hospital, like a clinic, or like a, they call it health and care facility. That's basically they have their university doctors and people work there. It's almost like an hospital, almost like a clinic, so you can go, and I think most of them will be free. The only charges they will ask you to pay is if they give you the medicine or they ask you to get the medicine from the pharmacy. In United States they call it pharmacy, in India we call it chemist. Both are the same thing. So yes, you should be able to go to treat your stomach pain, fever, cold, all those things, cough, all those things. You should be able to just go to your university health department and get it all scheduled. Most likely some universities have 24 hours, some universities have timings from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m, depending, and that again depends on university to university. You can, most likely you can walk in, but I think you can call ahead and schedule an appointment as well. I hope that kind of answers your question, but I'll also try to answer, should I treat it myself? No, because you have this facility, so go and treat it with the doctors. Second, should I go to any hospital? If it is super serious and if you cannot wait and you have to go, then yes, you should go to hospital. But if you can wait and it's just a normal fever, I would recommend you to go to university. That's going to save a lot of money. Next is, when do we claim insurance? A great question. In United States, insurance work very different than Indian healthcare system. So let's say if you do happen to go to hospital or a clinics over here, what will happen is when you buy an healthcare insurance, you will get a card which will have your healthcare insurance information, your name and etc. So before you go, you have to provide that. Before even you get to see the doctor, the front office is gonna ask you for your healthcare insurance, because without that they are not gonna do anything, they are not gonna see you. And you don't have to claim insurance, the hospital or the clinics are gonna claim insurance on behalf of you. What they do is they bill everything to the insurance because you bought it from that insurance. So the insurance is going to say, hey, he bought this plan and he's only covered for $200 out of $500 bill, so we will pay you $200. $300 should be charged to the patient. So then you don't even have to pay it right away in when you go for the treatment or when you go to the hospital. They will send you a separate bill to your address when you go to the doctor, and they will send you at your home. Then you will have an opportunity to pay either monthly or full amount, however you want to do it. Super awesome. Next question is, can we go buy general medicine without prescription? Will a prescription from an Indian doctor work? No, prescription from Indian doctor will not work. Most likely it will not work. I could be wrong. I'm not sure, but I don't think it will work, because the way over here prescriptions work is when you go to see a doctor who is either in university or outside, They have their software basically have all the chemist shop. I call it chemist, but in United States this they call it pharmacy. They have all the pharmacy registered in their software. What they do is like, okay, Karthike came to my thing. He needs this medicine. He's gonna create the order. He's gonna ask you which chemist, which pharmacy do you go to. So let's say you go to Walgreens, you go to CVS, you go to whatever that pharmacy store name is. You say, I go to this pharmacy on this location. They are going to call an order on your name, and they will tell the pharmacy that, hey, this person is my patient and he's going to come and collect this medicine. So that's how the prescription works. It's not really, they don't give you on a piece of paper and then you go and get it from them. They order it for you. And to answer your question, can you buy general medicine? So when you go to any pharmacy or any chemist, and it's all open, it's just like a store. Anything you see on the counter, that's why they say on the top of the counter, like you anything you see on the counter, you can buy it, like ibuprofen, stomach pain, headaches, leg pains, back pains, all those medicines which are there, which you can see, which you can pick it up from the counter. Those are all you don't need prescription for. But the specific prescription which is needed from doctor, you cannot. You will need a prescription for that. Make sense? Next question is, if someone is on medicines from India, then how do they buy more medicine if their stock comes to an end? Good question. I was in the same situation. I was going through a skin treatment, and it was like an Ayurvedic, not Ayurvedic, I don't remember. But anyway, the question is like, if you have that stock and it gets in, what you need to do is tell your doctor that, hey, whatever, how many over next 3 months of stock you need, you pack it up. You make sure that doctor's prescription is also in that packet which you are sending it, which your parents will send it to you. You send it to them, no problem. Most likely you will have no problem, but unless, again, it depends on the drugs you are getting. They call it drugs. For medicines which you are getting, it could be harmful and they're not supported. Most likely there won't be problem if you have a letter, prescription letter in the packet. Next question is, what should I do if it's an emergency? Should I call 911 or go to nearest emergency room? Great question. If it is an emergency, yes, absolutely, call 911. I mean, when you say emergency, so I'll give you example. We had a party and we had one of our friends faint, like passed out, and he wasn't responsive. So obviously everybody got freaked out, and we called 911 because he wasn't responding to us. Don't ask us the reason. And we called 911. They took him to the hospital. They did the treatment, and he got $8,000 bill. So yeah, that is expensive. Now, emergencies like that, you do want to call 911 where the patient is unable to go to emergency rooms. Like for example, if you broke your arm but still able, someone can still take you to emergency room, I would rather recommend you to go to emergency room by yourself. Or if you have like high fever but you can still go to emergency room by yourself, then I would do that. Like if you have really bad stomach pain but somebody can still take you to emergency room, then do that. But if you passed out, if you ran, like if you had a car accident, or if you are like someone is having heart attack, or I don't know, that kind of situation, yeah, yes, that's when you want to call 911. Next, and I think this is the last one, what are general things international students should keep in mind about healthcare tips for saving money, things to avoid? Okay, so a few things which I want to discuss on this topic is, one, take care of yourself. You are in a foreign land, you don't have your family, you don't have your parents to take care of you. So you are the one who's supposed to take care of your body. So eat well, exercise. I am not at the current fitness level which I was when I was student, but when I was student, I was super fit. I was taking care of my meals, I was eating right food. So do that. When you go outside and if you're eating food truck, I would be careful. Just make sure that there are a lot of people or your seniors are recommending that food truck, then only eat from there. Other than that, I think, yeah, just taking care of yourself, just making sure you're healthy. Keep workout if you can, 30 to 45 minutes, maybe 1 hour. Give time to your body. Your body needs it. Biggest expenses in terms of healthcare is dentist and surgeries. So if you have any surgeries to do, for example, some of my friends had to do knee surgery, shoulder surgery, hold on to that one, go back to India and do it, and then come back. or like when you're going for summer vacations, do it then and come back. I would not try to do that when you are on a student visa, when you don't have a nicer healthcare. When you're working, it's very different because your healthcare is going to be super solid, like you're going to have a good healthcare. But as a student, you're going to buy the cheapest one and it's not going to cover you. So I would rather postpone those surgeries and do it from India or whichever country you're coming from. Dentist, make sure every single thing you get it done before you come to United States, from your dentist, from your local dentist, whether it is cleaning cavities, removing of teeth. Very, very expensive. I had a friend whose tooth need to be, I think it was wisdom tooth. He had to remove wisdom tooth and he paid $2,000 for that. That's crazy amount. Dentists are very expensive if you don't have dental healthcare, dental insurance. As a student, you're not going to get a super nice, I mean, unless you pay for it. As a work, I have a very good dental insurance. I get 3 free cleanups, cavity cleanups and all of that. But as a student, I don't think you're going to get that one. So either get a very good dental health insurance when you're here. If you have tooth problems, if you do have, then get a good dental health care insurance, I meant. And if you do have some problems right now and you're like, oh, it's okay, no, before you take your flight, fix all your dental problems and then come to United States. Those were all the questions. I definitely know I missed the 4 minute timer, but those were good questions, and I couldn't fit all of them under 4 minutes. But I hope this was helpful. Last question is, can you give some belly scratches to Bruno? Of course, absolutely. That is it for this one. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you're new to this channel, welcome. If you like this content and if you find any value, please comment, because when you comment, it helps algorithm. When algorithm is helped, it helps me, motivates me, and when it motivates me, I bring this nice content to you. So we are all in a cycle. So please comment, share, subscribe. Also, I have a vlog channel. If you're interested in vlog life at all, go subscribe that. Travel, it's more travel content and fun content. So if you are interested in that, subscribe that. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, keep smiling and keep hustling. You gotta hustle every single day.